Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry that we've been a bit quiet for the last week or so with no new content or anything. Should be back into the swing of things now. Today's episode, I'm not actually sure how long it's going to be. We could have one game, could have more, depends on how it goes. I won't go into it, we'll just get straight over there. Here we go then guys. So last time out, if I remember rightly, it's been a while. We had Kidderminster Harriers, didn't we? And we almost threw it away, led 2-0, and we let it slip, which was a shame, but we've been on an absolutely stinking run, so it was nice to not get beat there, and it was we were clinging on, weren't we, to those playoff places. Followed that with two really poor losses against real mid-table, sort of nothing to play for sides. 2-1 here, where we got a goal back through. It was a good Hayward free kick, to be fair. He doesn't get much game time now, but it was a good goal, but we didn't offer enough. And then a 1-0 loss to Warrington, which really disappointing, because we were targeting those games. We discussed them, didn't we, that these 4 games were going to be the difference. And it started to look like the playoffs was going to slip away from us at the last minute, despite sort of a couple of good patches of form earlier in the season, really getting us right in there. But then we bounced back from nowhere. 1-0 win. Jason Cowley wasn't a great game. More defensive, as you can see, 7.4s, all sort of across this back three here, but not a lot going forward. So whatever, it was a stop of the rot, because there was like one win in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 games. It was awful. So that put us back in the hunt for one of the last playoffs places that was available, and then a really good performance actually. Battered Darlington, they got one back in the 90th minute, but never really threatened. Cowley found his form late, got a goal as well to get us away. So with that, as you probably already noticed, it's not much of a surprise, we have made the playoffs. Now I was going to come back for one of those last games, I remember saying last time, to see if we could make it or anything, but I just sort of ploughed on and I lost myself really. I didn't realise how far we'd got. So let's have a look where we finished. I can't remember how to play. Right. So yeah, we snuck in after those sort of 2 losses. The sort of 5th upwards was lost to us. As you can see, there's a 5-point gap there. Even though Gateshead struggled for form at the end of the season, Guiseley flying, Kidderminster finished strong. So that was never in case. We did drop out at one point, and it was just these 2 spaces available, and those 2 wins were really important. As you can see, there's only sort of 4 points between us, 5 points between a few teams, 6 points here. So there's sort of really, if you go back 2 or 3 games, there was sort of 5 or 6 teams in the hunt for this spot. We had the strong position, but we just about did it. And who knows, this extra place could be really beneficial, based on who we play. So it does mean, I think, that we've got the extra game. I think it's these 4 battle it out, and then the winning 2 go up against Kingsley and Kidderminster. So finishing here means we've got Gateshead in the sort of first round of this mini playoff tournament, and we've beaten them twice this season. I know that will mean absolutely nothing, but the fact that we've just sort of managed to somehow find a little bit of form in the last 2 games, it's nice to take that in rather than being on a real down. Hopefully we hit a bit of a good patch to go into these important games. We're going to fly into it now, because depending on what happens here, there might be another game, might bring back for another episode. I'm not sure. So we'll see. So this is the team. We've pushed up on the left, moved this around slightly, but it's largely similar to what we've seen before. As usual, there's a few sort of changes here and there, but we've been pretty solid. Let's just check this bench. No, I'm happy with that. Yeah. So we're still struggling on this left-hand side a little bit. Prater, you can see the midfield really overall not been playing well, but anyone that I've brought in hasn't shone, to be honest, to really make a stake for a claim. So we are relying on Cowley again and the sort of back 4 to keep us in games or give us a solid foundation. Callaghan and Rashid are they're back from injury, but they're not ready to play just yet, which is a shame. But maybe they'll come back and play a part in these playoffs, which would be really nice. Let's get into it then, guys. This is a big one. It's a shame that in the circumstances has been a bit of a break. I feel like it maybe ruined the momentum of the series just a little bit for now, but it's the well, it is. It's the biggest game that we've had so far, isn't it? If we can win this, I mean, if ever we can get promoted, back to back, it'd be brilliant. I think next season would be really hard, but we've got to give this a good go now. We've struggled a little bit this season, but to still come and finish, what was it, 6th in the playoffs, really happy with that. That's the little starting highlight out of the way. Nothing to come of that. Here we are with a throw-in on the right-hand side with Eswele. Back to late. It's a deep cross. Prata keeping on. Comes back for Cowley. Straight at the keeper. Decent save. Good start though. Good start. It's one of those, isn't it, where we've been stuck a little bit. We've brought players in that looked like they were going to be decent, and maybe they've not cracked on, or it's just a case that they're just not quite up to the quality yet of the league. But we've done really well to finish where we have, and then we go 1-0 down from really a poor goal, isn't it? Big deep cross from the right hand side, and is it Eswele that's lost his man? It's just simple from the throw-in, isn't it? Thrower has it back. It's a good cross in, and he's lost his marker. Good finish, and we're doing it the hard way, guys. And yet Callaghan and Rashid, both of our sort of decent players in that position on the left hand side have been injured for a good portion of the season. So we've done really well. Here's Prata with the header. Not enough on it. Come on, boys. Started okay, but gone to sleep, haven't we? A big cross from the right hand side, and well finished. We need our defence to play well, because we're just, as a midfield, we don't seem to be clicking in this sort of last third of the season. Obviously, we've beaten Gateshead twice, both underdogs both times. So it's not, it's not done, but possession's not been great, and we've not really offered anything, have we? We've got a better XG. That's their only shot on target, in fairness, but there's not been a lot happened, has there? To be honest, it's perhaps a problem to look at next season, is that there's too many of these games that just large portions just dwindle out. I don't even have it on just key highlights. It's on extended, so the fact that nothing's happened is quite bad. Let's see what we can do. I don't think this is the problem. We don't have a massive amount of options, but I'm going to bring Kachosa on just because he's got that physical presence that might allow us to do something later on. Throw him into the box. Got the height, cause problems. We'll have that back, and for nothing. Brilliant. Love those highlights. Prata seems to be getting a little bit of joy, but concerning with the lack of chances created. Why didn't he just pick it up? Why did he not just pick it up? Gateshead getting into their rhythm now. It's a good flick on. Thankfully for us, he's spooned it over the bar. We are going to have to change something, I think, soon, because we're not creating anything going forward at all. And conceding that goal to their sort of one shot on target is, it doesn't give us the opportunity to, God's sake. Keeper's in no man's land as well. He's done well to block it, and Kachosa gets it clear. There's just nothing to talk about, is there? It's meant to be like a really big, exciting game, and there's just nothing happening for us, guys. Yeah, we're going to have to make a change. Tactically, I think, as anything, we're going to have to be far more positive. Probably not gung-ho just yet, but we're going to have to go for it, get the ball wider. And probably push on a little bit. I'm not sure about personnel changes. We just don't have enough on the bench, and thinking those attacking areas to really affect the game. It's just changing it for fresh legs and for the sake of it, but we're not. There's not much quality. Here we go then. Eswele to Kachosa. Can he find a cross? No. Corner? No, not that either. Nothing. Win the ball back. Well done. No, not well done. I know we've gone direct, but I'd still like it to be towards one of our players. Okay, well marshalled by the defence, but again, it's to nowhere. Second ball's important though. Woods up to Cowley again. He's just not being given a chance. There's 3 men around him, and we're pumping this ball up to him. direct means I want the ball forward quickly. I don't necessarily want them to just fling it up to the centre halves. Really disappointingly poor here. Welcome back. More of the same, guys. And now Kachosa's picked up a knock by the looks of it, so it's going to have to be Landell. So that's that plan out the window. I think we're going to have to go back to basics here. It's only one. That's the point. I don't even know if this is two-legged, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not prepared for this at all. But we are still in the game in some way. Yeah. I think it's go for it time, guys. See, now it is going to be hoof. Lump it forward. Lump it forward and hope for the best, I think. We've been experts at getting draws, so here's Prata. Can we just at least make one decent chance for someone like Cowley, just to give ourselves a chance of getting a result? I don't know what to say. Don't know what to say with that. He's late. Can he create something? Flicks it over for Landell. I think he's offside. Yeah. Rubbish finish anyway. Come on, boys. Why can't I shout? Nothing. It says we've had 7 shots on target, but I've not seen anything of any sort of quality or real chances. So we've bottled it a little bit. We have completely bottled it. So is that? I don't know. I've forgotten. Is that we're out, or have we got another? I'm not giving them any credit for that. That was rubbish. Yeah, I think that might be the end of our. Yeah, I think that's the end of our season, guys. Well, we've gone out on a whimper there, haven't we? So I don't really want to go and speak to the press after that. Yeah, that's that. So not the return to the channel that we wanted. A little bit of excitement would have at least been nice. I don't think there's much different we could have done. We did try to throw the kitchen sink at it, but we still, no highlights for us having any real chances or anything at all. Season as a whole, though, I think, despite that disappointment, and it's been a little bit up and down, we finished 6th, which is far above the bravely fighting against relegation that the board wanted. You've seen from the comparison we did earlier in the season that the players, their attributes and stuff are far off what most of the rest of the league is. Let's have a look how the salary stuff finished. Be interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, we're 20th with the salary we're paying. Gateshead, who have just beaten us, £828,000 a year compared to our 173. So it gives you an idea, of how far that is. I mean, we've got to be probably the most overperforming side. Kettering did really well as well, actually. So yeah, a few of us down here have done well. Kings Lynn probably the absolute outstanding performers. Guiseley as well have done well. So they're not spending that much more than us, but it's our first at the level, and the squad we've got, it isn't good enough for this level, is it really? There, we will need to make plenty of changes. My assistant's happy with the effort, and I suppose, like I say, for the whole season, we have to be happy. It's decent, isn't it? It's decent. Finances are the worry, because it's not going to get any better, is it, wage-wise? 133,000 in the red. We're way over budget now, hoping that it was going to sort itself out, and it hasn't really. So we're going to have to be a little bit clever, and it's going to be a struggle. So there's no more games for me to show you now, guys. We're all done. What I'll do is we'll crack through pre-season, keep you updated on socials about anything exciting that happens, and then we'll come back. We'll come back for the a bit of pre-season, show what we've done, and then we'll crack into the following season. So we'll leave it there, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that sort of stuff. I've noticed a little increase in comments and stuff like that, so that's been really nice to have a little bit of a chat with you guys about what you've been seeing. So keep that coming, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.